Okay, go.
All right, guys, welcome. How are you? This is our second workshop. And last week, Julia was here, correct?
Yeah.
And we had some other guests. And we spoke about some very interesting things, about the emotional needs that everyone has. You see, every one of us has emotional needs. We have the need for certainty, variety, significance, love, growth, and giving, right? And how we focus on those needs is whether or not we live beautifully every day. So the first thing to know is that you have to be in the right state of mind, the right energy to get things done optimally. Whatever you're trying to do in life, if you're in a bad state, if you are not happy, if you don't have that energy, you're not going to really optimally perform for any part of your life. So therefore, what we're going to do right now is everyone's going to get up, please, and we're going to put on music for about 2 minutes, and we're just going to get ourselves in the good energy level. Okay? Don't worry, the camera's on me. Just keep it on me.
Well,
and let's just get to work. Okay, guys, let's get up and let's get energized. Just get a little silly. Come on, just move your body, just get some energy, whatever it takes, Hey, 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 hey! Hey, hey! Come on, move your body. It's not a spectator sport. Go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! All right. Okay, we can all sit down now. All right, you guys feel better? Okay.
I'm on.
Emotion creates emotion. So, all right, guys. So what we're gonna do today, with your permission, is, by the way, if you don't have a notebook, please there's some paper here. Grab some paper. Can I pass some paper to anyone? Do you guys need some paper, a pen? You're welcome to grab. Okay. Yes.
It's like when
Uh-huh.
I want to when about command display.
No, there's last program. Извините, я очень знаю, извините. Okay, so guys, so this is the story. So what we're going to do right now is we're going, so catching my breath too, getting a little tired. We're going to talk and continue a little bit from last week. So Julia, no pressure. Could you tell us, if you don't mind, what you learned last week, any questions, and we can build upon that.
I didn't really look at myself since last week, but I think the most important thing that I think we should all take away from this is you have to be the best person for yourself in order to find the right person, but you have to be the best version of yourself first. And you have to set goals, like goals that are attainable, like attainable goals. You can't like set a goal
Guys.
like what you were saying about Tony Robbins just now, about something that he gave. Like,
Yes.
I can't set a goal to maybe make $250K in 1 year because it's probably not achievable or attainable. You need to take little chunks and little steps to meet the long-term goal.
Okay.
Which is the same for, I guess, marriage and being in a relationship. You kind of
Right.
have to, I guess, in a way, act like you're kind of already married to be the best person for marriage. You have to kind of already act like it. What I mean by that is maybe being compassion, giving, or thinking about those values that we said, like the 2 values that we went over 6 values, and we each chose 2 values that are important to us, and build upon that and act upon that. And the biggest thing I think you also, I don't think I learned it from you, but you have to give. It's not about
Secret
taking,
to living
it's
is giving.
That's it. Yeah,
Yes.
kindness.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, Andy, anything you want to add? What you?
After last week,
Yes.
what I really got off it was that because everybody is kind of like looking for that perfect someone.
Right.
of course, we also, that's natural to be looking for that person. That's why we should like stop and think that if that's someone we're looking for, that they're also looking for the best, for somebody best for them.
Okay.
So are we being that person? And go on it with your what Julia said about those two things that are important to you, and go on with it, like living
Yes.
with those values that are important to you.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, guys. All right. So basically, this is the deal. What we spoke about last week is that everyone has emotional needs. You, and me. All of us. We all have emotional needs that we prioritize based on what we value most is how we live. For example, if I value the most significance, that's going to cause problems in my relationships. Because if the most important thing for me in life is not love, it's not connection, it's not growth, but it's being important, then anything you do as my partner or my wife in the future, right, I can look at that and I can be like, well, she's not making me significant. How is she, my male ego, right? So our emotional needs absolutely drive us with what we do day to day. That's what we spoke about last week. So what I'd like to build upon today is the reality that it's not about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right person. And we did touch upon that last week as well. A lot of people are looking for something out there. I need to find a girl who's going to do this and look like this and be like this and whatever it is. But the question really is, what do I have to offer her? It's not what you can get, but it's what you can give, like you were saying, Julia, correct? It's what you can give that is critical in life. Okay. So what I'd like to talk about today, and we're going to build upon it more next week, I'd like to talk about goal setting in life. What do you want? What do you want? Okay? Again, if you don't have a piece of paper, please grab one. You need a pen. But I want you right now to take about a minute or so and pretend that you have a genie, you have some magical thing saying, whatever you want, you will have. Every single thing you want, you will get. I want you to start writing. What would you have? What kind of car would you drive? Where would you live? What kind of partner would you have? What would you be doing for work? How much money would be in your bank account? Just write it down. Everything that you can think of. No limit. But you have to have at least a lot of items. We're not going to do it fully now. This is going to be your homework. But start writing anything if you can have anything you want right now. God says, the universe, genie, whatever, says, listen, right now, whatever you want, you will get. What would you get? And don't make the mistake of writing down what you don't want. Because people focus too much on what they don't want, and that's exactly what they create in their future. Everything you're thinking about today is going to be your future. If you're focused on all the problems, all the negativity that exists, you're creating more of that for yourself. Someone said really smartly, I heard last week, and he was saying that things didn't get any worse. Our focus on them has increased. Think about those words. Okay? Has historically, when you look at the history of the world, have things gotten a lot worse? Or is it that any problem that happens in the world, we know about instantaneously? And we feel.
Hyper-focused on it?
Yes, of course.
But that's the problem with the news and the propaganda. That's all they're showing. They don't show the good things and what's good, because then my understanding is that no one's gonna watch it, and what certain sources put out. What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
But what certain sources put out, it's it's kind of limited, So sometimes people go on certain websites or certain videos to see what's really happening to get the bigger picture.
Right. So write this down, guys. You do not experience life. You don't. You experience life based on what you consistently focus on. You don't experience life. Life is never bad. You experience life based on what you're consistently focusing on. If you're focusing on what you don't have, if you're focusing on the problems in the world, well, that's the life you experience. Okay, you had a question, Andy?
No.
Okay, so that's what it's about. It's about our experience in life is what we focus on. So to address what you were saying, Julia, everything that we consume, people try to hook us. We have so much information today that everyone's trying to get our attention.
And a lot of times.
So they go to shock you. Oh my gosh, did you hear what happened? You know, I posted a video, I got 20,000 views. You know what the title of my video was? Did you hear what RFK Jr. said about his family? He didn't say nothing crazy, he was talking about his life experience. But because I put it that way, it got like the most views I've ever had. I was like, wow, I was like, what happened here? Because people are like, oh, what did he say about his family? Let's hear it. It hooks them on, you know? Go ahead.
Isn't it that when you experience life, you have more knowledge?
Okay, so what's your question?
You were saying about living life,
Right?
right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't you live from your experience?
Of course. But the thing is, based on what you're focusing on, that's what you're creating on. So when you say experience, you see, okay, write this down as well, very important. Life has no meaning besides the meaning that I create, that I focus on. Life has no meaning besides what I focus on. Life has no meaning besides the meaning that I give it or what I focus on. So to address what you're saying, of course your experience is critical, but how you look at your experience, how you interpret it, the story you tell yourself is what life becomes for you. So a lot of people are a lot older in life, and yet they stay with the same, childhood mentality, the same childhood fears, that they don't grow and they don't progress. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say earlier, what I wrote down is you do not experience the world, you experience what you consume. So I would replace the word life with the word world, and because the word life maybe people interpret it differently.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say earlier. That's what I just wanted to say.
Fair enough.
Maybe then it's more valid that you don't experience the world,
Okay.
but rather you experience whatever you consume.
Okay, perfect. So guys, let's do this now. We're gonna put on a little bit of music to relax and start writing down what you want. Not long, just start a list, just to get you moving. Remember, one thing I will tell you, write this down please. Never leave the site of motivation without doing something that puts you, positions you for the future.
Can you say that again?
Never leave the site of any motivation without doing something. That's all. Without doing something. In other words, you're like, oh my gosh, people like, motivation. Motivation is not what it's about. It's about actual actions. What actions are you going to take to change your life?
You
Go
get
ahead.
inspired by things. Like I know I'm growing and trying to be religious, and I'm still, but I just feel like, and I know many rabbis and many people have said this, like you have to keep that inspiration going. Like you're so inspired, you want to take it all, you want to do it all.
Exactly.
You take baby steps, but then eventually it's like it wanes away.
Of course. It's like fuel. What happens? You put a lot of fuel, you fill up your gas tank. What happens if you do nothing? You run out of gas. Life is the same way.
You're reminding me of the 5 love languages where they say you have to fill up your emotional fuel or something, and then if you don't fill it up, there's a term for that. I can't think of it.
That's fair. That's fair. So guys, so let's do that. Let's start writing down what you if you could have anything you want, what would that be?
Did I understand it correctly? I don't need to think about money or anything like that.
No.
Because that affects
No.
a lot.
So you
affects my.
you would have, if you want money, you would have the amount of money you want.
But when I think about the job, so I don't need to think about the money. I just think about something else that fulfills me. Like it fulfills me in other ways than money. That's what I'm thinking. If you have everything you want, you have unlimited money. So when you think about the job, you're not thinking about like making any money.
That's
That's what I'm thinking. That's what
I don't know.
Thanks. She helps out. Yeah.
Did you want us to be as specific as possible? Like, $100 million?
No, I want you, you'll do the details later. I just want you to start writing. For example, you can say, I want to be driving whatever car. Well, what's your favorite car?
Toyota Corolla.
Okay, what's your favorite car? If you can get anything you want.
Probably like
No, I'm not gonna be with mine. Things you won't.
Sorry. Please, phones outside. No phones in here. Please, go ahead. Sorry, you were saying?
It's a Ferrari, actually.
Ferrari. Okay. Ferrari. There you go. So write down, please. If you could have whatever you want, what would that something be? Okay. I really need you to take the phone outside or hang up, please, because really distracting. Please. Thank you. All right, go ahead, guys. So start writing. Start writing down. What would you do? What would you have if you can have anything you want? If you could get anything you want, okay? Any person you could spend time with, who would you meet? Where would you travel? What would you experience? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No. Okay. Okay, well, you can say that. Again, these are your dreams, and nobody's putting limits on it but you. So, again, but if you really, if you think I can't meet him, maybe you can meet an Abraham of this generation. Or maybe Tchiyat HaMetim when they have it. But my point is, write down things like resurrection of the dead. Yeah.
I know what I.
So, but write down everything. But don't go far-fetched. Look near term. Like right now, if you would wake up tomorrow, you'd be in any house you want. I'm sorry? Perfect. Write that down. Whatever you would want. Yes, you guys doing good?
Yeah, what would I want?
Oh, yeah, this is a short list. All right.
Yeah, I'm a short list.
All right. Come up with at least, eventually at home have like 50 items, but for now do like 50, 50 minimum, ideally. But for now, do 10 is fine, just to get the idea.
If something is like very out of this world, does it count like a couple of items?
No, every item counts separately, just write it down.
Okay.
You see what you guys are doing, by the way? You're going into your head.
Yeah.
Stay in your head, you're dead. Write that down. Stay in your head, you're dead. Stay in your head, you're dead. Your dreams are dead. Your visions are dead. Your goals are dead. Because you think too much. Just do. Action. Get out of your head and into your heart, into your soul, into your neshama. Don't limit yourself.
Don't overthink.
Don't overthink. Don't think how. Do not think how. Right now.
For those who stay in the head mode.
Okay? Just focus on what you truly want. That you are ready to go and do whatever it takes to get the result to the best of your ability. Because if you're not ready to put the work in, then you're not serious. But if you're like, but I don't have the money, I got you. But what do you want? Who do you want to impact? Who do you want to see? Who do you want to be with? What kind of relationship do you want? Everyone's like, I want to get married. Some people say, well, don't. But most. No, I'm talking from Shiftan and Tony and other people. But yeah, no. This is my own from people I've studied for many years.
No, I'm saying, do you know?
Oh, I may have seen it. Not sure. To be honest. So go ahead, guys. Are you almost done? Let me know if you guys need another minute or two. Very important, You could be wherever you want. You could be in Miami, have your own private jet. You could be in New York, Vegas, wherever. I don't know if you like that. Israel. Who would you be with? Who would you be sleeping with? Who would you meet? Like I have a list of people that I'm going to be meeting, God willing, this year. I don't know how, but that's not important. What would you do? Write that down. What's next, Minan? How would you feel physically? Your body? What kind of energy would you have every day? Would you be happy consistently? Would that be important for you? Would you live in a beautiful state every single day, every single way? Would you be able to do the impact that you want for other people? Would you ever have any limits to what you can do because, oh, I don't got the money? Or would you be able to be free if you can have anything you want? What would that be? What kind of life would it be? Who would you be spending time with if you could spend time with? What would you be spending time with? If you didn't have to work for someone and you could become financially independent, what would you be doing? What would you really be doing? And don't say I would be sitting on the beach and drinking margaritas my whole life, because you would get bored after a few months and you'd be like, wow, life is terrible. And there are billionaires that have done that. They've made billions of dollars, they went on the beach, after 4 or 5 months said, oh my gosh, I gotta do something, I gotta work, I gotta quit. Okay, another. We have, by the way, hot food, chicken coming up, so get ready, get your appetites ready, you know. We just had a little introduction before. Whoever didn't come this week, make sure you come next week. We're gonna build this up. By the way, guys, I believe in imperfect, massive action. What that means is not to look for perfection. This event's not perfect, you know, it's fine. We're just starting the momentum. It's our second week. We had our event last week, today's our second week. Eventually, we're gonna get it to where we need to get it. Tell your friends, share.
Doing is more important than doing the correct thing. Doing anything is more important.
Well, okay, but I don't know about not doing the correct thing. You want to do the best, but not perfection.
Yeah.
Progress and not perfection. Write that down, please. Progress and not perfection. Oh, wow. If you guys would live without trying to be perfect and just be like, am I a little bit better today? Did I do something to increase what I'm doing in my life going forward? Progress and not perfection. Okay, guys, are you guys ready with the list? Anyone need more time? Let me know. Yes? No? Julia? All right. 2 more. Don't think. Right now, you have 10 seconds. Write them down or you lose them. God, give you have to get it right now. What would it be? Quick, quick, quick. Don't think. You can have it. There's no judgment, no nothing. There's no questions, no limits. What would that be? Write it down. Write it down. You're thinking. Go. Get out of your head. Go. Another 10 seconds, and we're gonna go to the next step.
My daughter lives in Jerusalem. Your family live in Jerusalem. My granddaughter lives in Jerusalem. Your family live in Jerusalem. I want to see him. I want to my wife.
You have to write this down.
I want to see they is in New York.
Write it down. Okay. You ready, Julia? Almost? Okay. How's the rest of it? Anyone?
I have a question.
Everyone else? Yes, please.
Should there be should the goals be selfish, or they should be more altruistic, or
Okay, so write this down.
Depends on the
Write this down, Jeff. You cannot be selfless unless you are first selfish. 3 words. Me, we, and he. We spoke about that last week. Me, we, and he. There is no we, and there is no he if there is no me. If you don't have food to eat, if you're plotting on the floor and you're out of commission, you're not going to serve Hashem. You're not going to serve others. You're not going to be a force for good. So the answer is absolutely be selfish. Absolutely go after the things that you are saying, well, I shouldn't have that. I'm asking for too much. There's no reason.
It's like
The
when you're
old,
on the airplane.
yes,
They tell you put the oxygen on yourself first.
right, so you can
Then
help
put
others.
it to the kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it cannot be selfish on these things.
I try my best. Go
Not be
ahead.
selfless unless you're selfish.
Unless you're selfish.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so I hope that helps. and you're gonna continue this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be your homework, please, for next week. So, and also we have a Facebook group, you can join that. So we're just getting started. So what I want you to do now is I want you to look at each of the things you wrote down. And to the left of it, I want you to write down 1, 3, 5, or 10. 1, 3, 5, or 10. And the number 1, 3, 5, or 10. And the reason but let me explain before you do that. If you think that if everything aligned perfectly in the universe, it would take you a year to get it, write down 1. If you think it should take about 3 years, realistically, if you got the right connections, the right money, the right team, write 3 years. If you think it's going to take 5 years, write down 5. But if you think it's going to take 10 years, write down 10. Strategic.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, what?
You don't know when the ship's gonna come, when the survey something comes.
Okay, alright. But you can write down. You can write down 1. You run tap right away. Yeah. Write down and don't think. Get out of your head, just into your heart. Just ask your heart. Realistically, if for example, you want to open up some kind of business, if someone came to you tomorrow, would you be able to do it within 6 months and build it up? Or will it take a year? Under a year, write down 1. Bless you. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Welcome. You can come, sir. Come sit right here. Okay. All right. So write down a number next to each one. Let me know when you guys are ready to continue. And again, this is just preparation. I want you to really take a good half hour. Listen to some really motivating music. Get excited. Dance. You know? Are you with me, guys? Brother? And what I need you to do is then write down the full list. Not 2 items, 10 items, but like really, don't leave anything unturned. How would you look? How would you feel? Where would you go? Who would you be with? How would you live your life? What kind of energy would you, health, everything, how much money, what kind of car, every last thing. Write it all down. Okay? Then you write down a 1, 3, 5, or 10. Okay? Once you do that, I want you to group all of your 1s, all of your 3s, all of your 5s, and all of your 10s into one group.
What?
Separate.
So in other words, let's say you have 50 items.
Okay.
And then in the 50 items, you have 10 1s, 10 3s, 10 5s, whatever. So you break it up, right? So put them all into a group. These are all my 1s, these are all my 3s,
So all the
my
50
5s, my
things we're
10s.
writing, we have to do 1, 3, 5, 10s.
Exactly. Okay, I want you to do that. After you do that, I want you to pick the 3 most important goals for each time. So for the 1 year, you have 10 items. If you could only have 3, what are the 3 that you absolutely will not negotiate and do whatever it takes to get in the next year?
There's only 1 year, 3 year, 5 year?
1, 3, 5, and 10.
It's too many numbers.
It's not. Complexity is the enemy of execution, and it's not complex at all. When you get more sleep, you'll be energized and get in the right state, and you'll be like, wow. Trust me.
I only get more sleep on the weekends.
All right, so do it
on
Sunday. You know?
Okay, so 50 items. Then you list them into 1, 3s, 5, 10s.
Yeah, we're gonna have this video so you can watch it to review anything you missed. But yeah, but basically you're gonna group it. You're gonna type in 1, 3, 5s, and 10s, and then you're gonna pick the top 3 for each time. Just think about like, what do I really have to have the next year? What do I really have to have the next 3 years? 5 years, 10 years. Okay. All right, you guys ready for the next step? The next step, which again, this is homework. I want you to write down why.
Why?
Why?
Why will it take?
Why? No. Why? W-H-Y. Why? Why must? Please, just give me a half second. Write down the why in terms of why do I want these 3? I have 10 items, 20 items for the next year, but I picked these 3. Why are these critical? Why are these a must? Why must I have this thing in my life. What am I willing to do? Because if you write this down, if your why is not strong enough, you will never progress. The reason we get stuck in life is our why is not strong enough. We give ourselves stories. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Why do you think you say
You just
tomorrow?
have to process things, no?
You do, but a lot of times our tomorrow becomes next year, next decade. Why? Because we keep procrastinating because our why is not strong enough.
So far, we write down 50 of these wishes. Like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year.
Yes.
Choose 3 out of each of these groups, like 1 year.
Each category,
three out
right?
of these.
Each year,
And then
Year.
why for each of these top 3s.
Exactly. There you go.
I thought it was the three top ones, like
For each
ones.
period. For 1 year, for 3 year, for 5 year, for 10 year. And then once you do that, also write down more descriptions. So if you write down, I want to have, a Lexus, or I want to have a Rolls, whatever it is, be more descriptive. What color is it? How does it look? Once you narrow it down to those 3 things, put that all down on paper. Okay?
So we have 3 ones, 3 threes, 3 fives, 3 tens, and then you're asking the ones.
Why?
Exactly.
Okay.
What's after why? After that?
What?
We don't have the next step after why.
Well, the next step is you go do it. That's going to be next week. Next week, you're going to come with the homework, right?
But that's it for the homework.
Yeah, that's the homework.
Awesome.
Any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, any questions?
Are all this supposed to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound, like a
Let's keep it where, don't put limitations on it. Because when you do with the SMART goals, a lot of times you limit what you're going to actually put down. Okay? Alright guys, any questions?
No.
No? Alright. So let's close with that. Today we're gonna end a little bit early. We're gonna have some food, enjoy. And let's just enjoy ourselves, right? Thank you for coming, guys. Please enjoy. We're gonna have some hot food now. And enjoy your night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Большое вам спасибо. Wow. This is how we do it. Baruch Hashem. Thank you. Thank you to the rabbi. Thank you to the Rebbitzin. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the shul. Thank you to Hashem. Привет. Шалом. Привет, Мататья. Чё хавери? Everything is great. Thank you so much. I don't know yet. I didn't check, but I'm assuming it was. God willing.